Warning, this content contains foul language, violence, and gore. Enjoy the story. Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Last time on What If female Deku was in a quirk experiment. One day when Izumi was walking home from her lavatory, as she came upon a scene where a young boy was about to get killed by the name of Koda. As she rescued the boy, defeated the villain, muscular as he was, but he was taken away to prison. As Izumi did come across All Might again and his successor, Mina Ashido, as she offered her some extra training if she wanted to get some more training in to use the quirk properly, as Izumi did give her her card. As she decided to spend some time with her mother. They don't talk as much as like that she wants to. She's a busy girl. She has a lot of responsibilities. As we cut back several months before the UA entrance exams officially began, as Izumi's in her office, as her secretary comes through through Izumi's office door. Ma'am, you have a visitor. I believe her name is Mina Ashido, a girl with pink skin and pink hair. I figured. I was surprised she actually came. Please, direct her to one of the training facilities. I'll be there momentarily. You have Mina looking through at the room that they direct her to. And she's like, wow, this place is pretty advanced. Look at all these cool technology. She sees Izumi as she rushes over there. Thank you for well, for helping me. I'm kind of at a loss at the moment. What is troubling you, Mina? You see, I was trying to use, the quirk that All Might gifted me. I kind of broke my arm, and All Might doesn't know how to explain it. I don't really understand what he meant by it. Come with me. So, how were you using it before? Well, I just charged up the power in my hand and my arm, and I just threw a punch. I see. So that's probably where you made your mistake. It's a stockpile quirk, if I'm correct. Yeah, Izumi, it is. Well, Mina, instead of channeling in one area of your body, why don't you spread it out? Look at it like this. Think of one for all. Yeah, one for all as a running faucet. What happens when you plug that faucet? Well, the sink overflows, Izumi. Exactly. The pressure will overflow, and sometimes if the pressure is so great it will shatter glass. As Izumi presses the button as a brick wall comes out of the ground. Well, Mina, why don't you try it out? I have some medical I have some medical staff just in case you hurt yourself. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. This room is made for quirk training. I use this room quite often. Alright, stand back a little bit, Izumi. I really don't want to hurt you. Very well. I'll stand back a little bit. As Mina closes her eyes as she redirects it throughout her whole body. As she throws a punch, as the wall shatters, as it flies against the actual wall. As she, oops, I'm sorry. As Izumi, it's fine. What percentage do you have that quirk under? Only like 2%. Very well. We need to work this out. We're going to. You're going to train with me. until you could at least use 5% or 10 at the most. As Izumi's leaning against the wall, watching Mina train her quirk. As she's reading the book, as Mina leans against the wall next to her, puts her arm around her as she says, "Cheese." As they take, as Izumi's like, "What?" As she takes the picture between both of them. As Izumi, why did you do that? To for a memory, you know. I like to take pictures of people that's helped me out. You're not as cold as I thought you were. What do you mean by that, Mina? Nothing. We cut back to the current time as her secretary is informing her that she needs to leave. She's going to be late for the entrance exams. As Izumi is staring at the photo of her and Mina on her desk. So annoying. As she gets ready to leave. As the car comes pick her up. As they drive off to UA for the entrance exams. As the limousine or car, it doesn't matter what type of vehicle she's rich. So as the car stops, as Izumi gets out, as she told the driver, "Don't wait up. I'll call when I need to be picked up." "Yes, ma'am." As the driver goes off, someone comes from behind Izumi as she wraps her arms around her neck, like jumped on her. As, "Hello, Mina." "Hi, Izumi. You know, one of these days I'm going to get you to smile." "I highly doubt it." "Is that a challenge?" "I suppose it is." "Get off me, Mina." "Fine, fine." Mina's, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is Kirishima. One of my friends from school." As Kirishima puts his hand out to shake, as Izumi has her hand behind her back, as she looks at him at the hand. "Yeah, it's nice to meet you." As she walks past Kirishima. As Did I do something wrong, Mina? "No, Izumi's like that. She has that warm personality." "If I know any better, Mina, you're being sarcastic." "I am. But despite her outward appearance, she's not all that bad. You just gotta get past all that coldness." As Izumi gets into the entrance exams, as she sits down, waiting for the written portion of the test to begin. As they inform everyone that the written portion of the test is about to begin, they're going to start they're going to start doing groups of 10. As the written portion takes a little bit longer than normal, but they do groups of 10. Let's say groups of 20. Each group of 20 takes a written portion, as Izumi finally gets her turn. As she sits down, about 15 seconds later, she passes the test to the teacher. As the teacher, the hero looks at her. "Can't possibly be done already." Of course I am. This test is child's play compared to my intellect. You should have made it a little bit harder. I also correct a few things. Whoever designed this test was an idiot. Made this test himself. That's where you made your mistake. Leaving to a educational test to a animal. You might excuse me. I have more of the entrance exam to take. Make us do a test that's been written by a fucking mouse. Pathetic. As Izumi walks off, as she does the physical portion, she's physically fit. Ever since she created her quirk, it altered her muscles and genetics. So she keeps half of her power in her human state, but when she transforms into her pink state, as we would call, I don't know what we would call that. Her transformation part of her quirk. Let's just call it Majin, as she calls it Majin. She keeps half of her Majin strength in her base form. The only reason Izumi was polite the first time when she met Nezu, it was business. She was working. She has to keep appearances. Yeah, she doesn't like chimeras. She doesn't know he's a chimera. All she knows is some sort of quirk animal that she believes. As Percented Mike is, I'm going through the explanation as Ida starts rambling on about the zero pointer. As Izumi's reading a book, leaning against the wall. You think pretty high yourself, do you, kid? As Ida, excuse me? You're from the Jinium family. Am I correct? Yeah, what does my family have to do with this? Your your brother must be embarrassed by your behavior. What? You heard me. You're an embarrassment to your family. How you're behaving. You're behaving like a child. If you simply read the brochure, as Izumi through the brochure, it clearly mentions the zero pointer. If you would allow Pro Hero President Mike to finish his explanation, then maybe we get on to this freaking test. So I suggest you sit your ass down, shut the fuck up, and listen. Who do you think you are? I'm Izumi Midoriya. Remember my name. Such a disappointment. No matter how hard you try, whatever your name is, I really don't care. You will never be the same level as your brother. It's a shame that your brother's manners did not transfer over to you. Your parents must be embarrassed. Alright, everyone calm down. Let me finish my explanation. Apologies, Professor Mike. I just can't stand idiots. The explanation goes off as everyone was staring at Izumi because of her attitude towards them and because some of the guys wanted to go hit on her, but Ida's being Ida, so he stopped a lot of people. As Izumi, walked past Ida, as she stops before she walks past him. It doesn't matter how hard you try, Genium, you will never be like your brother. Nothing but a second-rate hero, and that's who you will always be. Second fiddle to your brother. People like you that follow the rules to the status quo, you're gonna die an early death. As Izumi walks off, leaving Ida speechless, as he's just looking down on the ground. President Mike begins to test as everyone's waiting for the door to open. As Izumi just knocks the door down, as she's pissed. I'm done waiting. As the gate goes flying towards inside the battle zone. As Izumi just walks off, and I suggest you follow her. There's no real countdown to real battles, so get going, kids. As everyone start going, as immediately several group of let's say about a couple one pointers and three or four two pointers, as they all rush to Izumi. As everyone, as suddenly when they get to a certain distance close to Izumi, as they all fall apart into little pieces, as they blow up in little pieces, as everyone couldn't even see what happened, as Nezu's like, whoa, I guess Mrs. Midori over there wasn't kidding. She definitely has a quirk, but to move so fast. Can you slow down the cameras a little bit? Yeah, still nothing. She moves so fast that the cameras couldn't keep up. Interesting. I'm interested to see what else she has. in store for us. Serious, these things. To challenge new upcoming heroes. Such a disappointment. As several three-pointers come rushing at Izumi. As Izumi immediately throw about 2 key blasts, destroying them in an instant. As the dust clear, as everyone just sees Izumi walking through the dust field, not even paying attention as she wipes off her glasses as she puts them back on. Well, is there anything else you could do? Bucket of bolts? You know, coming against me is probably not the smartest thing you could do. But no matter, you're nothing but robots anyways. You have no intelligence. You just follow orders. Like the good little toys you are. Izumi she disappears as robots are being destroyed all over the battlefield. Robot after robot. As everyone can't see Izumi, as immediately Izumi reappeared in the middle of several groups of three-pointers as they all blow up all around Izumi. Izumi sees another wave of coming towards her as immediately Izumi socked the ground hard as the shock wave erupts as all the zero points get thrown across the field, hitting several buildings, and a couple of students took the advantage of to destroy the robot. Even though it was by pure accident. Yeah, she got some extra points for that. And whoever student that was helping her. Even though Izumi's not even paying attention to anyone else. She's making sure she passes tests flawlessly. She begins destroying more robots after robots that she can see. Immediately she starts running as she dives, as she stands on her legs, as she begins kicking several of the robots that were surrounding her, as she destroys all of them, as she lands on her feet. As she wipes off her glasses again, as she puts it back on, as all of them, blow up. Mirako immediately took interest in this girl. Nezu, who is that girl right there? The powerhouse. Oh yeah, that's Izumi Midoriya. Midoriya, I've heard that name before. Don't quite recall it. Zawa steps in to put his point to his opinion on it. That is Izumi Midoriya, lead scientist in quirk research. I've been told she's quite cold. Oh, at least that's what everyone says. That's my type of scientist. Mirko has a grin on her face. So, what's the name of her quirk, Nezu? She labeled it as Majin. What? That doesn't give me much. Considering she's strong, she might have something to do with definitely strength. But I'm observe her more. See if she shows something off. And that energy blast thing she does, I don't know what that is. Izumi pretty much dominates any robot she sees, as they're pretty much running out of robots by now. As immediately Nezu press the big red button, as the zero pointer makes his arrival. As Izumi noticed the ground shaking, as all the students are running away from the threat. Huh, so that's a zero pointer. Pretty big. Finally, something I could actually use. Normally, I wouldn't be able to use this technique. It's far too devastating. But this is the perfect chance to test it out. Well, Mr. Zero Pointer, you're going to be a good lab rat. As Izumi waits for the Zero Pointer to get closer, As Mina did save Uraraka. So yeah, Izumi's not in the same battlefield as Uraraka. So there's no saving scene at the moment. So as Izumi has a smirk on her face, she begins charging up. See what you got, robot. She throws a humongous purple ball of energy as it makes impact. As Izumi turns around, the students see this scene. Exactly that's on a picture. As she has her hands in her lab coat pocket. As majority of what was behind the zero pointer is destroyed, as there's a big crater in the middle of the ground. Experiment is a flawless success. As she walks past a lot of students, as a lot of students are staring at her like, what type of quirk is that? Yuriko has an even brighter smile. Now that's how you make the impression. Oh, I like her. As Izumi walks into the building, as she sees on the monitor, as she sees Mina save Uraraka. As she gets to the safe, immediately she goes to, do what Izuku did in canon, but not break her arm. With Izumi's, strict instructions how to use her quirk after several months of them working with it. As she does totally wreck the zero pointer. As Izumi's, well, John, well, as Izumi, doesn't have a smile yet. She's like, very adequate performance, Mina. Very good indeed. So you have Izumi hang around for a little bit to watch the rest of the test the robot portion of the test. As several people are still doing theirs. She's just like observing all of the people attending this entrance exam. As she's seen enough. As Mina is talking with Kirishima outside. As Izumi, stops before she passes Mina. As Izumi's like, good job, Mina. I saw you in there. You did a very good job. You pretty much, you pretty much got in. I could see it. If they don't get you in Class 1A, then they're idiots. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to see my training didn't go to waste. As Mina has a bright smile, as she's like, "Thank you, Izumi. I really appreciate it. You've done a lot to help me." Of course I have. Well, we'll be seeing each other in class. Are you sure you got in, Izumi? Of course I got in. There's no doubt I got in. I don't fail. Ever. Izumi, yeah, you're always so confident. Well, I guess that's one of your redeeming qualities, I guess. So let's go to celebrate. As Izumi, what you mean? Why would I do that? Because I want to, and I want to spend time with you. Because I kind of, despite the harsh training you put me through, it was actually fun. Staying in a dusty lab all day is not good for your skin, your reflection. You definitely need to get out more. You're as white as snow. I take it you're not gonna let this go? Nope, not one bit. Very well. I will celebrate with you. That's better. Come on, let's go. There's a couple shops I want to check out. So you have Mina and Izumi sitting down, drinking some coffee. Izumi's drinking coffee and Mina's drinking hot cocoa. As I've been meaning to ask, why are you attending UA, Izumi? You really don't seem the hero type. No offense. None taken, Mina. It's Not the fact that I want to be a hero. It's a perfect scenario to test something. I can't go into the details. It's classified. But nevertheless, it's the perfect situation to test out my abilities. My quirk. Majin. So that's what your quirk is. That it is. Now we're on the discussion on about being a hero. Why do you want to be a hero, Mina? I'm it. I'm a bit interested. Well, this long story short, I just want to help people. You know, I want to be the one helping people and saving the day. I've always wanted to be a hero ever since I was a little girl. That's a very adequate um reason. At least you're not in it for selfish reasons. There's a lot of heroes like there's a lot of heroes like that nowadays. The we have a good quantity of heroes, but the quantity of heroes, the quality that we've been getting are lacking. As the sun's setting, as oh shit, I have to get home. Mom's gonna kill me. I'll I'll have my driver drop you off. You really don't have to do that. Yeah, I must. I don't want you walking around these streets at night. As Izumi opens the car door as Mina gets in, she's excited being a fancy car like this. What does your family do? My family doesn't do nothing. My mother doesn't have the job at the moment. But how are you so, excuse my words, but loaded? I didn't think your what you do would be so profitable. Oh yeah, I'm quite wealthy when it comes to my work. When your field is quirk research, people will pay a good amount of money to keep you on their salary. I work with the hero or organization itself. My lab does at least. And I also own a lot of training facilities all around Japan for quirk training. It's I collect quite a profit, and I make sure my mother has no worries. She doesn't have to work a day in her life. But my mother, she says she wants to have a job because she's bored and she feels like she's just wasting away. Even though every need she has will be met, my mom's stubborn. Mothers can be like that sometimes. There we are. So this is the place? Yeah, this is my home. As Izumi, walks me into the door, as her parents, they're worried about her. Sorry, Mom, I was spending time with Izumi. So this is the Izumi you talk about so much. Hi, I'm Izumi Midoriya. It's very nice to meet you, ma'am. If I knew my daughter was with you, I would not have been worried so much. But thank you for spending time with my daughter. She hasn't had the easiest time making friends. Outside of Kirishima, that is. It's no problem, ma'am. Well, I'll see you at the first day UA, Mina. As she says goodbye to Mina's parents, Mina, says goodbye to Izumi as well. As Mina waves her off, as Izumi gets in the car. Driver, take me home. Take me to my, not the lab, but my house. Of course, Miss Midoriya. As her phone goes off. Hi, Koda. What's wrong, sweetheart? As Koda's crying as he had a nightmare. Driver, change of plans. We're heading to this location. Koda kind of ran away from home as the car stops as Izumi goes to a unknown park as Koda is sitting on the swing by himself. Hi, dear. Hi, big sis. As Koda runs over to hug her. Now, what's wrong? Listen. Listen, Koda. As she kneels down to his level. I might not have lost both my parents, but I somewhat know what you're going through. I lost my dad when I was quite young. He was killed during a villain attack. He was a bystander that unfortunately got in the way. You're not alone. You have Mandalay. She's your family. And of course you have me, little brother. I will always be here for you. I think it's getting kind of late for you. Let's take you home, okay? Okay. As she picks up Koda as she begins walking towards his house. She knows where he lives. As men are like, oh, thank God. Thank you, Izumi. It's no problem. Please don't leave. As very well, I will stay until you fall asleep. As Izumi tucks Koda in, as she reads him a bedtime story. As she has, a bright smile on her face. The only time she smiles is with kids. No one really sees this side of her. She likes to keep her emotions in control. As Koda finally falls asleep. As Izumi, makes sure he's tucked in enough. As she gently closes the door, as men are like, thank you for this. He's kind of been hard to deal with ever since his parents' passing. It's my pleasure, Manole. I like the kid. Just be patient with the boy, with young Koda. It's gonna take some time for him to get over his parents passing. It's not gonna be easy for him. He's most likely gonna blame Heroes, but hopefully one day he can recover, begin to heal. So good with him. Do you have any brothers or sisters? No, I was a lonely child. Kids are easy to deal with. They don't try to lie or manipulate. They're pure. Kids are brutally honest that way. At least that's what my mom always said. Well, it's getting kind of late. I need to head back home. You have a good night, Miss Manole. Ragdoll. As she leaves their residence, as she takes the car back, well, her vehicle was waiting for her. As she take the vehicle back to her house, as the driver drops her off, as she puts in the code to get into the gate, as the gate locks, as she walks into her mansion, there's no one there. She likes to keep to herself. She doesn't hire any staff. Well, yeah, she hires maids, but they're not. They leave during the nighttime, so she's by herself in a big house. The house looks pretty barren. There's furniture, but the way it looks like no one really lives there. Just stays there occasionally. It has that feel. It doesn't have that homey feel to it. As she goes to sleep for the night. As several weeks has passed, as she gets her UA and drinks the letter, as it's a hologram of All Might, as All Might, inform her that she got first place in the hero exam, as she actually passed All Might's record. Not only did she's the VMP, whatever, but she got the highest score when it comes to the points for the robots. But she also got the top score when it comes to written portion. Even by the way how good she did the test, she even beat Momo's score when she took the recommendations. She took the same test, but Izumi, did a whole lot better than she did. Of course of course I got accepted. As she tosses the disc as it falls into the fish tank. As that's where we're gonna stop it off there. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Enjoy my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.